Thanks for clicking on Weather on Demand. I'm meteorologist Sean Householder for UpperMichiganSource.com with your Independence Day edition of your Weather on Demand. So we have a look at our almanac from yesterday. Our high, 2 degrees above the long-term average. The low, though, really dragging us down 10 degrees below the long-term average and falling well short of this record, which was set in 2012, by the way, of 91 degrees. And I think we'll turn the tide on that today and as we look ahead at the weekend. National map, and a lot of moisture still streaming northward along this old frontal boundary and this deep trough that we've been watching all week long. We keep high pressure over much of the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes region. We'll be watching this next disturbance working over there towards the Dakotas. That'll slowly be working into our vicinity. For now, though, we track mainly sunny skies. There were a few sparse showers, as you can see on just these first couple of images here, working through Iron, Baraga, even Dickinson and Marquette counties briefly early this morning. That's long gone, and we'll be talking about mainly sunny skies once we clear out some of this low-level moisture. Some of that moisture will remain, though, and that could fuel a few afternoon showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, and we'll talk about that momentarily. Temperatures much more mild already than what we dealt with all this week. Right now, as this is being recorded at the 8 o'clock hour, temperatures for the most part into the 60s. Manistee still reading 58 degrees. Houghton Hancock also 58. Elsewhere, well into the 60s. 64 in Marquette, 63 in Newberry. Escanaba and Menominee, low 60s. Looking south. Regionally, our friends downstate reading into the 60s as well. 61 Lansing, 71 Detroit, Green Bay reading 63. So we use dew points, like we always say, a measure of how much moisture is in the atmosphere. That gives us a pretty good indication of how humid it's going to feel and just what we can see in the way of thunderstorms. Of course, earlier this week, we saw this number was reading into the mid-30s. Now it's into the 50s and downstate into the 60s. So that's a good indication. We start to see some more humidity. And as this is being recorded, Phoenix still reading 93. It was 97 earlier this morning. But in the center of the country, that Canadian high pressure keeps things rather mild. And that'll be the theme, at least for today. But we'll continue to watch this Bermuda high pushing all this moisture in that frontal boundary westward. You can see that thing is nearly stationary, but it does have a bit of a westward motion to it. We'll also be watching this next front, and there'll be a strong warm front associated with that. So for today, mainly sunny skies. Threat for an afternoon pop-up shower or thunderstorm. We'll talk more about that momentarily. But looking ahead at Friday, we start to see that deep trough that we were tracking all week long starting to flattening out now with this upper level airflow, and with this Bermuda high strengthening just to our east. That means we'll tap into a lot of warm, humid air, and as this frontal boundary works closer, we'll definitely see increased likelihood of a shower or thunderstorm. But for this afternoon, steady winds out of the southwest and plenty of sunshine bring temperatures into the low 80s in some of the warmest spots, like into the western interior, typical for this time of year. But we do get a lake breeze going as well, so it'll be cooler by the shore and points east into the low and mid 70s. And there is a chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Some of those storms could be slow movers, and that means that we could see some potentially heavy rainfall. Best chance there is across the central UP. That activity could drift into the northeastern counties as we look ahead at this late this afternoon and early evening. But as you can see, that activity is expected to die down pretty quickly with sunset. Should make for a nice night. Just a few sparse clouds. Temperatures generally into the mid and upper 50s, 60 in some of those warmest spots. And we give you a quick preview of your Friday. It does become breezy. Mainly sunny, though. Temperatures warmer than today into the well into the 70s, mid and low and mid 80s for the most part. Now we look ahead at your weekend. Warm and humid. Next chance of shower thunderstorm works into those western counties as early as Saturday night, pretty likely by Sunday, and that shower activity and thunderstorm chances linger into the first part of next week. Have a great holiday.